COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't even have a snack. Hey, coronavirus, I want my life back.
Hello, good evening, isolators. How are you this evening? I'm going to be grimacing in pain once in a while. I broke my toe about an hour ago, and it hurts. It's the baby toe, and nothing you can do about it. I've broken it many times before, so I know, but it hurts. So I will be grimacing in pain, and I might complain a bit today. So I'm giving myself special dispensation to claim because to complain, because our rule, there is no complaining during this. Maybe I can just get a bite. Well, actually, the theme today is about complaining because I want you to smarten up, Toronto. We need to admonish a few people out there, a lot of people, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But right now, let's. He thinks he broke his toe. What do you mean, Parker? You're not allowed to comment. I did break my toe. What are you grateful for today? I don't know what to be grateful for because having a broken toe, I can't think of anything else. What are we grateful for today? I'm grateful for a coffee I just had. I love my coffee. Grateful I can finally get on here. Oh, Laura, yeah, you've been having some problems internet-wise. I'm not sure, but welcome back. Grateful to be able to get a manicure this Sunday. I do my own. And Cindy, I'll do a manicure for you. Grateful that social distancing is pretty flippin' easy up north. I know, well, it can and it can't be. Lori, grateful for my free box of good food tonight. Oh, you got that deal. Okay. Grateful my toothache is gone. Well, Meredith, I hope it doesn't come back, and I hope you're taking care of it. Good evening, family. Grateful for nature. And do not forget what my guest, the professor from Great Britain, said a couple of weeks ago now, that just being in nature for a total of 2 hours a week will benefit you and will improve your health and your mental health significantly. 2 hours a week, that's all you got to do. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to roll around in the grass. You just have to be around trees, around water, something for 2 hours, and you would be surprised what it does for your health. Grateful for the tornado in Bobcaygeon Bypass. Did we have a tornado in that area or reported? Around Sturgeon Lake? Wow, I hope everybody's okay. Grateful for the sunshine and thunder and rain. We had some rain here. It was steady, but that's about it. Looks like there's blue sky. Most of the disturbance has moved on. Now, it was supposed to be that we have cooler and cleaner air on the other side of this. So hopefully this cold front. Grateful this summer has arrived 30 degrees Celsius in GFWNL. So is that Gander? What's the airport code for GFW? I'm gonna. Parker's looking it up. What's GFW? Grand Falls, Windsor. Oh, Grand Falls, Windsor. All right. Hello to Newfoundland. Hello to Atlantic Canada. Where's everybody watching from today? Because here in Ontario, we've had a bit of a cold front move through, and that touched off a few thunderstorms and rain. I'm grateful for my life. Very plain, very simple, but perfect. Grateful my doctor said I was doing well. Well, Heather, I would expect no less. Take care of yourself. Grateful for the mailman who delivered the Joyful Cookbook. Yes, the Joyful Cookbook is available everywhere. Amazon, Indigo. On my kitchen counter, it's the Joyous Cookbook. I wanted to look to make sure I was saying that right. From my friend Joy McCarthy, who is a holistic nutritionist and so much more. And we got to have her on before the end of the week, right? Oh, by the way, okay. So Sunday, I have said that it will be the last show of this. But I've been thinking because of everything you've been saying and what you've been saying. So tomorrow I'm going to have an announcement. Okay. So we still have our show number 100 on Sunday, but I have an announcement tomorrow that I want you to tune in for. All right, so that's what we're going to do. All right. Let's get to the scolding part, and that is the title of this episode, which is episode 95, I think. Yeah, we're at episode 95. Smarten up, Toronto. The whole country is mad at us, and they're getting mad at us, and for good reason. We're just not taking distancing as seriously as we should. So we had the poor people in Sauble Beach, who, yes, they love tourism and they love tourists, but not right now. Well, it was so overcrowded that their bylaw officers were just writing tickets left and right for people being too close to each other, and I think they're going to close the beach. And that's not fair. That's not fair for this small town. And don't say, well, it wasn't Toronto, wasn't it? Yeah, it probably was. I mean, when you have that amount of people, they didn't all just come from Owen Sound or something like that. And that's not the only incident. We had an overcrowding situation at Cherry Beach as well here. If you go somewhere, and I hope this gets out to everybody, because it is especially a younger demographic that is taking these chances and overcrowding at beaches and parks. If you go somewhere and you can't be at least 6 feet away from someone, they did close it. Thank you, Dorothy. I'm not surprised. And it's sad for the people of that town that lose their beach because of people who don't live there. So if you go somewhere to a park or a beach and you can't be at least 6 feet or 2 meters away from someone, go to another beach, go to another park. Do not set up camp there. We can't do this. And do not tell me that, I don't feel sick. Most people who have COVID-19 will never know it. Most people. They're carrying it. They're asymptomatic. And so by you going there, sure, you may feel fine. And the people with you may feel fine. Even 2 weeks later, you may not even notice it. But somehow it passes on to somebody who passes it on to their grandmother. And they don't feel fine. Yeah, that busted toe has me cranky. Yeah, Mike, I am cranky. I am a little bit cranky right now. You're right. Because this shouldn't happen. When it comes right down to it, it is selfish. You are putting someone else's life at risk. You may not know it. And you know what? You come back to Toronto and you don't even know it. Meantime, you stop at a store and the store owner passes it on to an elderly person or someone who is immune compromised. And they get very sick, possibly worse, all because you wanted to go to the beach and you didn't think it was important to stay at least 6 feet away from someone. And you'll never know. So anybody who went to Sauble Beach this weekend or who overcrowded Cherry Beach, you need to have in the back of your mind, there may be someone in the next week who is going to get extremely sick and, I'm going to go this far and possibly die. And you'll never even know it, what you did. So don't take those chances. And you know what? Yeah, tell your kids, tell anybody who will listen, don't do that. All for just to get some sun and some relaxation? No, don't do that. We're going into phase 2, finally, in Toronto tomorrow. And it was put off because we weren't behaving. Yes, it's a big city. There are millions of people who live here. And when you have public spaces, yes, there are millions of people who want to all use those public spaces. Everyone wants to go to Cherry Beach. Everybody wants to go to Trinity Bellwoods Park. Yeah. We just have to keep in mind the social distancing and respect that and respect others. It is so, we're in this together. And if you want to talk about what impact it has on me and on you, well, as long as you keep doing this, we're going to be experiencing some form of isolation until you stop doing this. Could you imagine if everybody for 3 weeks, just 3 weeks, followed every single rule of social distancing? That's all, 3 weeks. We could knock this thing on its butt. That's all we'd need is everybody just to behave for 3 weeks. And we can't even do that. It's been 100 days. And we couldn't even do it 3 weeks. And it's going to be another 100 days. There is all sorts of talk about kinds of isolations and closures that are going to go until December and next year. And please don't bank on a vaccine coming to save the day, because vaccines need to be tested in human trials, and there's wins, there's losses, there's approvals, and then there's finally the manufacture of it and getting it out to people. So how many people are going to die in that time? So yeah, my rule has sort of been broken here about not complaining, but I broke my toe, damn it. I feel like complaining. No, I didn't just break. It's broken, Parker. Parker's behind going, But all we have to do is, so tomorrow, for the people of Toronto, it's not back to life as normal, okay? You still have to obey the social distancing guidelines. So I'm going to go through some of the things that the province has talked about and what is going to happen tomorrow. And for you folks outside of Toronto, and outside of Peel, you've already experienced this last week. So shopping malls, food services and restaurants with mall-only entrances may open for outdoor dining spaces, delivery and takeout. Dine-in at indoor food courts is prohibited, so the food courts are not going to be open. Where was the part they said that we can now get about 10 people together? I think you can have gatherings now of 10 people. And again, social distancing still needs to be obeyed at that point, but you can now have gatherings of 10 or more people. Where is it? Libraries can reopen with limited on-site services such as computer access and contactless book pickup and drop-off. You're not allowed to handle any of the books or the materials. Recreational activities are restricted at indoor facilities, but those spaces can be used for other programs and services. Let me see. Where was the one? Hi, it's Flo from Buffalo. Hey, Flo, how are you? Oh, can you bring it back up yet? I didn't read so fast. I was more excited about saying hi to Flo. Hi, it's Flo from Buffalo. We just found out at work that 3 people close to us were diagnosed with COVID. Sigh. Flo, you folks south of the border, you got a problem. Have you seen that map that's making the rounds that shows the COVID cases in the States and then in Canada? And it's just like this line, this noticeable line. So Flo, we would like to make you an honorary Canadian, and come north, just stay 6 feet away. Yeah, it's really, really sad because, again, the leadership down there, well, some leadership, not all leadership. Governor Cuomo has been amazing, but your president and certain governors and certain of his enablers have made it very difficult in the States for anybody. People need a leader. So, yeah, they're not going to follow proper social distancing. They're going to be going to stupid rallies. They're not going to be wearing masks, things like that. So, sadly. So, Lori says we need a wall. I don't want to go that far, but I know that there are so many Americans who are so fed up, aren't you? You are so fed up because you want to do the right thing and you want your country back. And our thoughts are with you. Our thoughts are with you. Churches can have minimal gatherings. Where is it? Oh, wait. Thank you, Kevin. Actually, my grandmom is from Newfoundland. Ah, very nice, Florence. Yeah, and there is such a great there's such an incredible relationship that we don't know about Americans and Canadians. The vast majority of people who lived in the old town of York, previous to Toronto, I think 75% were American. So, I mean, we have our roots, so we have our family ties together. Love your LGBT flag behind you, yes. And I wish I could cite off all the letters, LGBTQ2, but you know what? Everyone matters, everyone belongs here, right? That's important, especially during Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. I'm sorry. I saw it let me see. All indoor and outdoor swimming pools and outdoor splash pads and wading pools may open to the public. Now, no access to high-contact aquatic features such as slides or climbing structures. Darn, I know, But pools are going to be open. In fact, I was talking to somebody in the elevator today. Said that the pool in their building is going to be open. What is that about showers, though? Change rooms and showers will be available if operators can adequately sanitize and disinfect the facilities. There's so many things that you have to go through, right? So what? What are you laughing at? That shirt rocks. Yeah. Rock lobster. Yeah. Little B-52s for you there. Thank you very much, Laurie, for that. It isn't that hard to social distance. The more you don't, the longer we are going to be stuck in this situation. So sadly, it's your choice. We can't have the overcrowding. And to the people of Sauble Beach, there are many of us who are sorry. We're sorry that happened. We're extremely sorry. So keep in mind what happens if you go to a place like Sauble Beach and you spread a sickness there. Put Sandra's comment up. And Sandra, I'm just gonna correct you a bit here. I bet you they're mostly millennials, most disrespectful generation ever. I don't find millennials the most disrespectful generation ever. Every young generation that has come along has always been labeled by the generation after them as the most disrespectful. Baby boomers were called the most disrespectful. Gen X, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When you're younger, you're more carefree. You are. You're vibrant. You don't worry as much about your mortality and your sickness. So I want to cut millennials a break. I want to give the understanding, but I also want to let millennials know that you know what? There are times you have to take life a little bit more seriously. I can stand at Niagara Falls, New York, and wave. Yeah, I love Niagara Falls. I love Niagara Falls, by the way. Well, that'd be cool if we had a party at Niagara Falls. We'd have one on the American side, one on the Canadian side as well. Where was I, Parker? What was I talking about? Because I forgot. What we're talking about. Oh, millennials, and no, before that. Oh, yes. What happens if you go to a place like Sauble Beach, okay? Here's what happens. You go up there and you bring COVID-19 with you, even though you don't know you're carrying it. And we'll never know for the rest of your life. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I've been walking around, I had COVID-19. I may have it now. I don't know. Because again, the estimation has been as high as 80 to 83% of people, and I just pulled the 83% out of my butt, but about 80% of people who get COVID-19 have no symptoms or are so minor you might just think it's a slight cold or an allergy. So you take it up there and pass it on. Now it gets to somebody who needs medical attention because of your ignorance. Well, in a place like Sauble Beach, you know what? In Toronto, you're never more than 5 minutes away from, 3 minutes away from a hospital in Toronto. In Sauble Beach, you gotta go to Owen Sound. If they have room for you, because everybody's going there. Well, failing that, they may transfer you as far as Barrie. They may transfer, when you go to these smaller places, they don't have the health facilities that we have in Toronto. As well, we're putting their infrastructure, we're stressing it out. Their stores are stocked right now for their population. They haven't stocked up for summer crowds because there aren't going to be any. There weren't supposed to be any. So you have now taken supplies away from people who live there. So imagine walking out here now, going into Loblaws and realizing that, all the stuff's gone. You'd be angry. So please pass it on to everybody, whether they're millennial or not. It doesn't matter. Just please pass it on. And wear the mask. I know at the beginning of this, the WHO came out and said, don't wear a mask. It's actually not good. The Canadian government followed suit. So did Health Canada at that point. But they have since made discoveries. We're learning as this goes. So yes, they changed that. So it wasn't a flip-flop. It was just learning more information. So get that mask. I'm not saying wear it everywhere, but just wear it in a place where you're going to come in closer contact with people or things that other people are going to touch. Now, granted, what they have been able to find is that by touching, COVID is it's able to be transferred from one surface to another, or one surface to a human hand. However, that is not the most predominant way that it is transferred. It's mainly airborne. So Think about this. You're walking down the street and you can smell someone's perfume or their aftershave, or you can smell if they're smoking. Or, you know what? Let's be gross. You can smell their BO. That means that you are close enough to be affected by their breath. Okay, and that's why we need to wear a mask. The masks aren't to protect us. The masks are to protect other people from us breathing it out. Because again, you could have it. You don't know. You may never know. And taking a temperature does nothing. It may try and weed people out who already have it or should go for a COVID test. But if someone has it and they're in the early stages or they're completely asymptomatic, they will not have a temperature. And so don't put false trust in anything like that. We need to take care of each other. That's how a society works. When you think about, we talked about a second wave, and there is going to be a second wave, so prepare yourself for that. At this rate, it's going to be much worse. So, and I know, you know what, from the sounds of it here, I know that I'm preaching to the converted, it seems. It's interesting. I think I have a pretty good audience that knows the difference. What was that? The Chief Commander 2 not operating this year, George is telling me. Oh, well, I can see why, but yeah. Chief Commander is a cruise, sort of a cruise boat, sightseeing cruise boat in North Bay. Hey, George, have you ever been on the Chief Commander 1? I remember as a kid riding the Chief Commander 1. Just something. They used to use boats like this, like the Sagwan and Chief Commander and things like that. It was also they used it for delivering mail and supplies to some of the more remote communities around Muskoka, around Lake Nipissing there. I keep forgetting my train. I'm losing my train of thought. So he said, "What are you laughing at?" I want to squish your toe and say this little piggy, Linda. Should we ban Linda? I can ban her. I can ban you. I can ban you like that, Linda. I am going to, by the way, be doing a survey starting tomorrow. I'm going to send it out again, the Survey Monkey kind of thing, because I want to know a little bit about. You know what? I'm not even going to tell you, because I told you I'd do an announcement tomorrow, and I'm always bad at spoiling surprises. So I'm going to do an announcement tomorrow. I rode the first Commando as a kid. I loved it. I love that. I can still smell the fumes from the engine room. Went out all the way home. Okay, enough about my toe. I am the only one allowed to complain about my toe. Let me see. Oh, there's Connie. Okay, can you put Connie's up? Because here is somebody that we are impacting. Have COPD, can't wear a mask longer than 2 minutes, can't breathe. But Connie has to wear a mask. And we're forcing her to have to do that. Now, yeah, she's going to have to keep taking it down, and I'm sorry that has to happen. Think of what you're doing to other people. I don't understand how you can be also carefree about this. So please pass this word on. It doesn't matter if you don't feel sick, or you think you're okay, or you'll recover from it, and damn everybody else. You could kill someone. Think about the seniors who are not going to be able to participate in phase 2. Show us your toe. No, you will believe me. You will believe that it hurts. Okay, you know what my toe hurts worse than? It hurts worse than childbirth. I'm just waiting to hear if anybody is yelling right now and throwing their computer against the wall. Is anybody? I should never have shown him how to put words on the screen. No, it does not hurt. I am not saying that seriously. I know. But I'm a guy. And that's about the biggest pain that we go through as a guy. Okay. What else? What else before we? I'm done my bitching and complaining. Well, I broke my toe and had 3 babies. Well, Flo, it must have really hurt when you broke your toe. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make light of that. And I say that sarcastically because I know childbirth is not any sort of a picnic. Let me see. How would you know about childbirth? Someone said, I saw 4 babies come into this world. I know all about childbirth. Okay, I'm sorry I said that. Okay, I'm really, really sorry I said that. I'm sorry. What else? Okay, so tomorrow, I'm not going to just blather on here. I'm not going to blather on here. Pass the word on. If you can't be more than 6 feet from someone, go somewhere else. I'm not saying don't enjoy a beach, don't enjoy a park. But, I went to watch the sunset a couple of nights ago at Riverdale Park. And everybody was 6 feet apart from each other. And there were lots of us there, and we were all fine. And it was okay. And I saw people come along, and they're looking for a spot, and they moved on to find a spot that they could sit in. It's doable. It's possible. You relaxing in the sun should not result in somebody dying. It's not that I had 3 kids. I will kick your toe, says Carmen. Everyone's turning on me, Parker. Everyone is turning on me. Okay. See? I think that was Pam that just threw that. Oh, Pam said throw something at him. Okay. All right, folks. You know what? Go enjoy the evening. I hope the rain is finished where you are. Remind people to stay 6 feet apart from each other. At least wear the masks. We're going into phase 2 tomorrow. Let's not make officials regret that and step backwards. Let's watch out for each other. Think about it. Think about it in your mind. 3 weeks. If we could do it for 3 weeks, and we practiced everything precisely for 3 weeks, that distancing, sneezing into our elbows, washing our hands often. If we could do it for 3 weeks, we'd bring this thing to its heels. We can't. How come we can't do that? How come we cannot do that? I don't know. So tomorrow, an announcement, and I hope you'll like it. Until then, take care of yourself, take care of Flo and the rest of our American cousins, and take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Ow! Ow, ow, ow.
COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't